Welcome back. Let's head to China now. Gay activists found themselves behind bars this weekend. That's after they organized a protest in Hunan province. The march was a part of International Day Against Homophobia. Well, let's get the latest now from our Asia correspondent, John Bailey. John, a very good morning to you. A pleasure to have you with us. Now, we understand this was the second anti-homophobia protest in Changsha, the first one being last year. Why the arrests this time around?
Yeah, hi Hassan, Ayana. What we see in China is that there's still widespread discrimination against gays and bisexuals, and whether that's in the workplace or in their personal lives. So a lot of gay people here in China are feeling the wrath of the discrimination. In fact, so you have a lot of people who are now coming to the fore and protesting for their rights to be treated as equals as heterosexuals here in China. The only problem, of course, is that many here still view homosexuality as something unnatural. In fact, there was a survey that was released last week that said that 70% of gay people in China keep it as their sexual orientation a secret because they face all this discrimination.
Now, police are saying the march was illegal. Tell us a bit more about the arrest that followed. We understand a few people were arrested in the wee hours of the morning, some of them released?
Well, most of those arrested are still in police custody. They are being charged with disrupting the social fiber of the community and organizing the gathering without the necessary police permission. So they are, as I said, these charges have been leveled against them. We saw this previously as well, where the police keep these activists in jail for an undisclosed a number of days, and we're not sure when they will be released. But certainly we see more and more of these kind of protests popping up all over China.
And of course, searches for the word protest and Changsha were blocked on a blogging platform. But I want to take a look at China's official legal position on the gay and lesbian community. Do they have rights there?
Well, officially, the gay people here do share the same rights as heterosexual people. The problem is that there's no awareness campaigns for either employers or for the ordinary public about the rights that gay people have here and that enjoy here. And as I indicated that because of China being such a conservative society, a lot of most gay people are being shunned by their peers and by their employers. In fact, they really face a lot of discrimination. So everything to do with gayness is being kept a secret by most who are gay.
Now let's go from those arrests to a detention of a different kind. Now China calling on North Korea to release a captured private Chinese fishing boat and its crew. What do we know about that at the moment?
Well, it's uncertain as to why the North Koreans did this. They did this last year as well, where they captured some Chinese vessels and then later on they released them. This time around, we're not sure who these captors are. All we know is that they are demanding just under $100,000 US for the release of the captain and his 16 crew members. And it's really unclear as to why the North has done this. It could be in retaliation for the decision by some Chinese banks last week that they will not do any more business with the only foreign exchange bank in North Korea. And so this could be a tit-for-tat action from North Korea.
Well, let's touch a bit on those business aspects there. China being North Korea's economic lifeline at the moment. This issue compounded by North Korea's missile launches, of course. How will that affect diplomatic relations between the two?
Well, North Korea is becoming much more of an irritant for the Chinese, the Chinese Communist Party and the government as well. Because, as you mentioned, China is North Korea's main diplomatic and economic backer. In fact, just in talk about the fishermen, the Chinese fishermen in the North Korean waters, that's a good source of foreign currency for North Korea. So why they would conduct this kind of actions against the Chinese is There's a lot of uncertainty as to why they would do this, but certainly China is becoming more and more irritated with the North because of the nuclear test and also these ballistic missiles. And you might know that over the weekend they fired 4 more short-range missiles against. Of course, this is against the will of these international sanctions against them.
Live from Beijing, eNCA Asia correspondent John Bailey. Thank you so much, John.
News that moves. eNCA.com.